So Cardano ADA is sitting pretty right now, following this nice price surge to the upside. And we also ended up tapping into our fifth wave target, which sits between 80 cents to 85 cents. And it is possible that we continue to see higher highs. And reason being is because over the weekend, I did ask myself the question as to whether or not there is a possibility that another structure is in play as opposed to the WXY structure that I've been tracking. And instead, what we could have is a 5-wave move. So very quickly, if I go on the daily chart and if I zoom out, and what you can see is the 5-wave structure that I've been tracking over the last few months, where we had the wave 1 that ended up playing out, which is made up of 5 waves, where you have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in Elliott Wave Theory, whenever you have a 5-wave structure, the waves 1, 3, and 5 need to be made up of the same internal structures. And so if the wave 1 is made up of 3 waves, then that means that the wave 3 and the wave 5 will also need to be made up of 3 waves. Or the flip side to that could be, in our case, where the wave 1 is made up of 5 waves. That means that the wave 3 and the wave 5 will also need to be made up of 5 waves. Hence why within this third wave, what we have is a 5-wave structure that I'm currently tracking, where it's possible that we ended up bottoming out at around 51.1 cents to complete the wave 2, which is made up of a WXY structure, and it's possible that we are now within a wave 3. And the wave 1 is made up of 5 waves, and therefore the wave 3 will also need to be made up of 5 waves. And so if I go back to the hourly chart, and based on what I just described, it's possible that this WXY structure is not in play, and instead what we have is a 5-wave move. Now, of course, two things can be true at the same time, and reason being is because the WXY structure that I've been tracking met the typical requirements, where I was looking for ADA to tap into this region here between 77 cents to 81 cents. However, again, the flip side to that could be that there is a 5-wave move that's in play, where if I was to draw that in, what we'd have is a wave 1, which is made up of 5 waves, followed by a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a final 5th wave move to the upside. Now, it's possible that the 4th wave is complete, given that the retracement to the downside was made up of a WXY structure, where we ended up finding support at the 50 EMA. And so it's possible that we see that move to the upside, where it's possible that we could see a move of ADA reaching this region here between 86 to 88 cents. Now, of course, during the time of recording, you can see that we have had a huge green candlestick and we have almost retested our local high. And again, it's possible that we continue to see higher highs where ADA can then potentially tap into this region here. Now, as far as the indicators go, you can see that we are looking bullish, given that we have found support at the 50 EMA. Now, the flip side to that is on a stochastic RSI, it's showing us that we are within overbought conditions. And that's on the hourly chart, and the same can be said on the daily chart, where we are within the overbought conditions. Now, previously, when we have been within the overbought conditions, we have seen a retracement to the downside, like over here. And the same can be said over here, where we saw that retracement to the downside. And so it's possible that the bulls lose that momentum and we see that retracement to the downside. And should that be the case, then ideally I'd like to see ADA find support at the either the 50 EMA or the 200 DMA for us to continue to remain bullish. Now, if I go back to the daily chart, what you can see is the 50 EMA is also on the brink of crossing our 200 DMA, which is also known as a golden cross. And historically speaking, this has led to a positive reaction. And reason being is because psychologically, traders will see this as a good thing. And that's then reflected on the price action, where the bulls then begin to take control of the market and drive the price of ADA up towards higher highs. And so, yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.